Before we start today's show, we'd like to take a moment to recognize the tragedy in our neighboring city, Monterey Park. Like the Newport News School incident, Saturday's night shooting was another example of a senseless gun violence, and a reminder for all of us to stay vigilant and seek care when needed.
If you or anyone you know is in need of help, whether it's to talk about what already happened or to check in when you feel the need to express feelings you can't handle on your own, know that you have many resources available to you. You can always pull any adult at the school aside to express any concerns you have about yourself or someone around you.
Your counselors are available to you, and we have a mental health specialist, Mrs. Stebbins, in the office that you can speak to. There are also hotlines or other anonymous resources posted online and over the phone that can answer questions or put you in touch with someone who can help with whatever you're going through.
Let's help keep each other safe. Never hesitate to reach out if you or someone you know needs help. Have a good day, Tiger Cubs, and now, on to the show. Hello, Tiger Cubs. It's so good to see you guys again after this long break. Jude, how was your break?
It was pretty good. I did some traveling, celebrated holidays, and also New Year's.
Cool. Speaking of New Year's, one way that people celebrate it is Lunar New Year.
I don't know that much about it, so let's roll a segment on it.
Lunar New Year is the beginning of a lunisolar calendar in which the months go by moon cycles. The history of the holiday goes back 3,500 years, and although there is no exact start date, it is believed to have originated during the Shang Dynasty. Lunar New Year is a celebration that is observed by numerous cultures. Starting on January 22nd, Lunar New Year lasts for 15 days. In China, it is widely celebrated and considered the most important holiday of the year. During the New Year, people worship ancestors and pray for good harvest. Celebrations include temple fairs and lion and dragon dances.
It is also said that if you eat good food during New Year's, it will bring whoever eats it good luck. A popular dish to eat is fish. Eating fish is said to bring well-being and prosperity. Lots of rules also go into the 15 days of Lunar New Year. For example, you should not wash your hair on the first day of Lunar New Year, as you will wash away the good fortune. You also should not clean or sweep your house on New Year's because you will drive out the good luck.
Another big mistake to make during the multiple days of New Year's is to cry. If you cry during the duration of the festival, it is said the rest of the year will be sufferable. Also, depending on your Chinese zodiac, you will have certain lucky and unlucky colors and directions. However, these won't last your whole life as it changes every lunar year.
Hey, Jude, I'm kind of thirsty after this episode. I want something to drink. Any ideas?
I heard that there's two Boba places in town, but I don't really know the difference between them. Wait, I have an idea. Atticus and I should try both of them, and then we tell you our opinions.
Sounds great.
Now me and Jude and I are heading to Simply Boba and Tomorrow to compare both teas. Now we're at Tomorrow and we're gonna try our Hokkaido milk tea. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
It's pretty good.
That might be better. Now that we've tried both Simply Boba and Tomorrow, I'm gonna have to give it to Tomorrow. They have a more complex flavor, higher quality, I guess. In comparison, Simply Boba has a sweeter tea with a bit simpler flavor, but overall both are pretty good options.
In my opinion, Tomorrow was better. Although Simply Boba had the great customer service and they had a really good flavor, I think Tomorrow's flavor was better. And it was a little bit cheaper. But you can't just trust us. That's why we asked you, the people of SPMS, your opinion.
Which is better, Simply Boba or Tomorrow?
Simply Boba.
Tomorrow.
Simply Boba.
Tomorrow.
Simply Boba.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
T-Bumps.
You guys still haven't finished this. Simply Boba. Simply Boba.
Tomorrow.
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 As you can see from the video, there were really mixed reviews.
Because of this, we believe that you should try both Simply Boba and Tomorrow and support South Pasadena small businesses.
For the next segment, let's go over some of the clubs for the school.
With internet news after.
Hey Tire Cubs, let's look at all the awesome clubs SPMS offers for students to get involved in. Art Club. This club offers a great opportunity to pursue your crafty endeavors, no matter where you are as an artist. This meets the second and fourth Thursday of every month, from 2:50 to 3:45 in the art room. Next up is the Beading Club, meeting at the same time as the Art Club, from 2:50 to 3:45 in the art room. Members work with Condi beads to make fantastic things, such as jewelry and other new creations. Welcome to Green Club. This activist group works to make SPMS more environmentally friendly. This fantastic team meets every first and third Thursday of the month in room 107. And finally for this segment, GSA Club. This stands for Gender Sexuality Alliance. This club creates an inclusive space for students of all identities. Come join in room 206 every first and third Wednesday of the month from 3 to 4 p.m. Clubs are always open to all students, any time of the year. Hope to see you there.
Roman, speaking of things with the school, the 8th grade formal's coming up and I got some questions.
Go ahead.
Well, first, what's there gonna be to eat? Because I might get a little hungry during the dance.
There's not gonna be too much food. There's gonna be a couple of snacks and dessert, but I would recommend eating dinner before going.
Thanks, and also, I don't really know what to wear. What's gonna be the dress code?
Well, it is a formal, so I would recommend a nice dress or suit.
Thanks, Roman.
No problem. And now let's roll a movie segment with our favorite decaying lycopersicans, with a character review following after.
Hello and welcome back to Decaying Lycopersican. This week we will be reviewing Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
This movie was actually really good. As always, we'll start off by reviewing the plot.
The movie follows Puss in Boots after he realizes that he has wasted 8 of his lives and only has 1 left. He goes on an adventure to try to find the wish star to wish for his lives back.
The plot was basic but executed extremely well. We rate the plot a 9.5 out of 10. On to the characters. The main character are Puss in Boots, Perito, and Kitty Softballs.
The antagonists of this movie are Goldilocks from the Three Bears, Jack Horner, and Death. The characters were just taken from fairy tales, so there wasn't too much creativity in them, but everything else was really well designed.
Give the characters a 10 out of 10. The only thing that was bad about this movie was the scene that caused everyone watching to cringe in pain. This didn't ruin too much of our viewing experience, so we didn't take off points for it.
Overall, we rate the movie a 10 out of 10. It was really good and we definitely recommend you to watch it.
Hello, today we're going to review the PG-13 1999 horror thriller film The Sixth Sense. This movie has an amazing cast including Haley Joel Osment, Bruce Willis, and Toni Collette. This movie has 86% Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty good. I believe this movie is definitely worth a watch, especially if you're fine with a little fear. Anyway, this film is about a little boy, Cole, who has the unusual ability to talk to the dead. But of course he doesn't tell anyone but his new therapist friend, Malcolm Crowe. While Malcolm struggles with marital problems, Cole battles with terror when ghosts visit him all the time. Finally, Cole, with a little help from Malcolm, realizes that ghosts just want help. Once Cole assists these ghosts, he tackles his fear of them. The movie ends with one of the most famous twists in film history. This film is definitely worth watching. I would rate it 8 out of 10. Hello everybody. Today we are talking about Derek Zoolander from the movie Zoolander, played by Ben Stiller. In the film, Derek Zoolander is a world-class model that seems to tango with egotistical issues. In this comedy, Derek quickly finds his rival to be a blonde stallion, Hansel. Enraged by Hansel, Derek gets a foggy mind and is tricked into becoming a perfect secret agent. His task was to kill the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Before completing his task, he becomes unhypnotized and uses his epic poses to stop the bad guys. In summary, this character is a simple-minded, thick-skulled, stupid, gullible, imbecile dummy in the movie Zoolander.
Hey Roman, I know you asked about drinks earlier, but I'm a bit hungry myself. Any good places to go?
Actually, yes. Let's see a new segment on local restaurants starring me.
Hey guys, welcome to our new segment where we review restaurants in and around South Pass and then explore the food of that country.
Let's go spin the wheel and find out where we're going first.
Oh, I'm hoping for Argentine, maybe Japanese.
Slovakian or Italian, bro.
Cool, see what we got?
No, Slovakian. Oh,
Argentine, yeah.
Congrats.
Solid.
Let's go.
So
I'm a lit kid B.
Right off the bat, we've got some really good bread with chimichurri sauce.
We've already devoured almost all of it, if you look over here.
So we just got here and so far the service is really good.
And the overall vibe of the restaurant is amazing. We're waiting on our food right now and we'll update you guys when we get it. Hey guys, we just got our food. We got the skirt steak, so let's try it. It's actually pretty good.
It's really good. I have to say, like, it's cooked really well. The texture is perfect and it tastes amazing. I would give it like a 10 out of 10.
I think it's pretty good. It's juicy. It's yummy. But the one thing I would say, it doesn't have the best crust. So I think I'd give it an 8 out of 10. It was also not very expensive. So for how much it cost, it was very good.
I think it was very good. You could like really taste the flavor. There was some fat in it, which made it really good. And I'll give it 8.6 out of 10.
Okay, so this is the bigger steak, really nice medium rare, as you can see. Okay, so that one, also really tender, fatty, delicious. Again, the crust, there's not too much of it, but it's still pretty good, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
So I just tried Roman steak, and I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It was really good, but I don't think it's worth the price, as the other one was much cheaper and definitely much better overall.
I think the restaurant was really good. They had good service and the whole architecture was really nice. And I think the steak was really good. And for the price it was, I think it was good.
Cause like, I mean, yeah, this one was good, but like
the other one like kind of like melted in your mouth. It was like fattier.
And it was so much less expensive. I don't know. I mean, this is good. I think but after having this one, I'm gonna change its rating. And also having the other one, I think I'm gonna change this one's rating also back to an 8, because for the price, it wasn't that much better. Even I'm not sure if it even was better. I think it's more expensive because of the portion, which is a lot bigger. But it wasn't that much better if it even was better.
And
so
also,
I think I'm gonna bring it back
this
down
steak's
to an 8.
like more of a medium rare type. You can really see that
you
red.
can see that.
On the other steak, it was kind of like
it was medium.
Yeah, it was medium.
So this one was definitely good. And it was more what I asked for.
Exactly.
But that one was surprisingly good. And I was happy with that. So I think both equal 8 for me.
Yep.
Next up, we got trivia.
Followed up by random ranks as always.
So what do you like better, Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Snickers?
Reese's. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Kit Kats.
Hershey's or Kit Kat?
Kit Kat. Kit Kat.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cup or Kit Kat?
Reese's.
Kit Kat.
Reese's.
Kit Kat.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Next up, we got a fan favorite. You guessed it, it's Mythology.
Then 2 new segments followed after. First, it's going to be On Earth's News.
Then, News in 90.
Hello, and welcome to Mythology. I am Logan, your host today. We will be talking about the interesting relationship between Hera and Zeus. As you may already know, Zeus sometimes goes off and marries people that he likes, which would be normal if he did not already have a wife. This is not about the time Zeus marries another person. This story is about the love between Hera and Zeus. We will be starting this story with Hera very upset with Zeus, so much so that she almost leaves him. But for the moment, she is just very upset, and with a rage, she flies off to the island of Euboea for some alone time. Zeus is scared and goes to King Catharian, a mountain god, for help. The god says that Zeus should act like he's getting remarried and make Hera jealous, so that she will come back. The way that they will make Hera believe that he is getting married is with a parade with his new bride. Hera sees this and is invoked with a furious rage and goes to the bride and rips the wedding dress right off, revealing a wooden doll. Hera is touched by this act and the duo is back together. They had such a beautiful reunion that is commemorated in the Daedalus festival, where they throw wooden statues into a volcano during marriage festivals for centuries to come.
Hi Tiger Cubs, I'm Gabby and this is your weekly news minute. Starting off, over 1 million people in France have been protesting against the decision to raise the retirement age. The current retirement age is 62 years old, but President Macron is planning to raise it to 64. Many people are against this because they believe their rights are being violated. Even after being exposed to public disagreements, Macron continues his mission, saying that we must do that reform to save French pensions. Moving on, the Russian-Ukraine war continues as a Russian missile strikes an apartment, injuring 79 people and killing 45. Emergency crews have cleared around 9 tons of rubble during a non-stop search and rescue operation. According to the Dnipro City Council, about 400 people lost their homes with over 300 apartments destroyed. That concludes this News Minute. See you next week.
Nobody cares about Twitter anymore, but it's still going downhill. Let's talk about it. Recently, Twitter added a few things, such as a view count and a For You page. Sounds kind of familiar. Tweet count was a stupid idea. It makes Elon look like even more of an idiot. Look at this tweet from him right here. It got 4.5 million views. Pretty good. The like count was 1/125th of that. Find it funny how he always tweets about the servers updating and how Twitter should be running faster. I haven't noticed anything. Twitter feels the same speed it did 5 years ago. He also made a pretty homophobic, anti-vaccine, sexist, and racist tweet about how this generation is brainwashed. On the quote-unquote brainwashed side of the tweet, he included an image of Twitter. Glad you're self-aware, Elon. Wait till he finds out people who aren't exactly like him exist. He'll have an aneurysm. He asked the public if they wanted the view count to be on the right or the left side of a tweet. People chose the right, and it's been 3 weeks and he hasn't done anything. Why ask in the first place? Elon tweeted that Twitter is at an all-time high usage by humans. Thanks for specifying that it was humans. I was worried the fish were tweeting. No, but for real, if you have to specify that humans are using your platform, I think you have a few more problems to work out beyond removing what device someone is tweeting from and acting like you're a saint for doing so. Anyways, that's what's happening with Twitter now. I'm still getting a laugh out of it. I'll see you next week.
Now let's learn about this day in history and this day in history.
Followed up by a new segment, A to Z Music.
Hello, Tiger Cubs, and welcome back to a new episode of This Day in History. Starting off all the way back in 971, War Elephant Corps of the Southern Han were defeated at Shao by crossbow fire from Song Dynasty troops. The Southern Han state was forced to submit to the Song Dynasty. In 1368, in a coronation ceremony, Zhu Yangchuang ascends to the throne of China as the Han ruler, initiating Ming Dynasty rule over China that would last for 3 centuries. In 1556, the Shanxi earthquake, the deadliest ever recorded, kills 830,000 in Jiangxi province, China. In 1973, U.S. President Richard Nixon announces an accord had been reached to end the Vietnam War. In 1978, Sweden is the first nation in the world to ban aerosol sprays, believed it to be damaging the Earth's ozone layer. In more recent news, in 2020, China locks down the city of Wuhan and its 9 million people, in a belated but ultimately successful effort to control the city's COVID-19 epidemic. In more music news, in 1986, the inaugural class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees were Chuck Berry, James Brown, Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, Fats Domino, the Everly Brothers, Buddy Holly, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley. For sports news, in 2018, LeBron James becomes the 7th and the youngest, 33 years, 24 days, to reach the 30,000 NBA point milestone during a 114-102 loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
What's up, Tiger Cubs? Welcome to a brand new segment, Music A through Z. I'm going through some of my favorite artists, beginning with the corresponding letter. I'd like to be doing some more artists, but due to the school requirements, I can't include most of them. But for today's episode, I'm going to be starting off with A. In terms of rock, AC/DC is absolutely one of the greatest rock bands of all time. The band was formed in Sydney, Australia in 1973. Some of their most famous songs were Thunderstruck, Back in Black, and Whole Lotta Rosie. The band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2003. One of the most influential hip-hop artists is Andre 3000. Half of the popular hip-hop group Outkast, Andre 3000 definitely influenced rap and R&B. Some of his most famous songs include Hey Ya, Pink Matter with Frank Ocean, Get Up and Get Out, and Elevators. A personal favorite of the genre for me is A$AP Rocky. In the electronic genre, one of the best musicians is Aphex Twin. Richard D. James, an Irish-British DJ, producer, and composer, is considered widely to be known as one of the best electronic musicians of all time. Some of Aphex Twin's most famous songs are Window Licker, April 14th, and QKTHR. Thank you, Tiger Cubs. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Goodbye.
That's all for the episode. Let's end it off with birthdays and credits.
And as always, sayonara, Tiger Cubs.